meditation to reset myself. I feel like I feel like, what even is this? Like nothing. I hate feeling like nothing. Like, I feel like I'd rather feel something than feel like just like nothing at all. Like, just so out of tune. So I want to spiritually reset myself. And so I believe that like maybe I can achieve this, or I've tested it with myself several times of things that make me feel better, like exercise, what I eat, water, things like that. And so I'm just going to go through this journey for a couple of days and see what happens and see if I'm able to spiritually reset myself. So we're starting off in the baño, and we're going to take a full shower, because usually I get up in the morning and it's like for me it's realign, which is just the washing of the hands before, any activity, especially in the morning. And so, but I feel like I need a dunk. I feel like I need a full dunk and a full clean through and a full shave and a full everything. I first need to find some music. I just need to completely submerge myself in this energy or vibration that I want to. I have these playlists that I named like positive vibration, or I've named roots, or energy. Like my energy playlist is mostly like songs that are about God that I really like. Positive vibration has a lot of Bob Marley, reggae music, the Abyssinians, some of those things. So I'm going to choose one of those. I feel like I can go to extremes when I really want an outcome. Like when I really want something to happen, I'm like, okay, that means
nothing. You can't watch a freaking single anything that's not positive.
Like, it's like I go to the extreme. So I'm trying to find this healthy balance of trying to be in a positive place without being extreme. And then like, okay, I'm going to meditate for a full hour, which I've done that. I do things like that, like extreme things of things. Like, bro, like you can take it easy. You can do 5 minutes. You know that, right? And I feel like it's easier for me to keep up with it if I'm able to just not put so much pressure on myself and to do it, one step at a time. Okay, so during the shower, you also really want to set your intentions on your cleansing. I try my best to clear my mind and to think nothing but feeling my skin and just staying in the present moment while also releasing any negative energy. So breathing in and out and imagining that I am cleansing my energy. And when I wash my face, imagining I am washing away all my worries or fears. I find it very helpful to like clench my shoulders up really, really tight. I think a therapist told me this once. And then releasing. I find that really helps me. Here I am listening to God Went Crazy by Teddy Swims, and I love this song. I just was in my zone and I was so relaxed here. My sister-in-law sent me this song and I've been playing it on repeat, but I just love it. And I have to clean up my mess and keep my space clear. That's something I'm trying to practice on because I tend to just go. So I feel like doing all these things has really kept me very mindful and in the present moment. So this is where I really tried to lock in. I've cleansed myself and now it's time to really set the tone for prayer, meditation, and mindfulness, whether that's reading a book. But I feel like scent is a very, very powerful tool when you're preparing your space. So I like to light some incense, maybe grab some frankincense oil, and I like to put that nearby where I'm going to be reading or meditating to really get into the zone. So I'm here on my prayer rug. I take this out in the morning, and I feel like it really helps me to connect. I feel grounded. It's like better to me than being like on a chair or something like that, which I feel like you can totally meditate on, but I feel like this has helped me so much. And I feel like my meditation journey has been very interesting. I've done challenges where you have to meditate for like an hour every day, and I remember doing that one time for 40 days, and it definitely cleared my mind, but I learned that the true meditation is in the day-to-day, like trying not to be so reactive, and when challenges come up, staying in the meditative state. And I feel like the exercise of the breathing and meditation, it's just a reminder to do that when things are happening around you, because that's the true test. I feel like it can be easier to get in a meditative state when there's silence and there's no one making noise. But the true challenge is when people are making noise and when someone makes you extremely mad. But the practice is going back to the time that you meditated and remembering that and working on the breath and everything like that. So I'm going to use this time to meditate. I like to start off with gratitude because I feel like that is the most powerful and has always made me feel the best in my day. I feel like gratitude is such a powerful tool. And then I like to go down what I have and what I'm thankful for, my family, my husband, my child, and just really focus on all the things I'm thankful for. I found what's been the most impactful is praying for people after I meditate. Taking 3 minutes to pray for someone who's on my mind. I particularly like to pray for people that I don't necessarily feel like I like at the moment. It's been a real game changer because like you then transform the energy of the dislike or whatever the tension is, and you channel this positive energy and shine it on them. I feel like that's why it's so important to meditate first and get your energy right first and then pray for people so that the energy is clean and you're shooting this very powerful energy towards that person. And I believe it again goes into our aura. Like I just feel cleaner, I feel lighter because I'm no longer holding on to that negative energy. And I feel like in the morning there's so much to do sometimes, and so I feel like when I meditate, right when I get up, it kind of reminds me to say thank you. Actually, I'm alive. Actually, I have shelter. Actually, I have food. And then you realize how grand your life is and how blessed you are. I think there's a saying that says that, like, you can't even count how blessed you are. They can't even compare to the negatives. You have so many blessings in comparison to negatives, but I still sometimes tend to focus on the negatives. I think it's just natural. So getting in the habit of focusing on all the positive things. And so taking this peace and quiet in the morning, I feel like it's very helpful in my spiritual journey. I'm so excited. So I'm here in the kitchen and I'm so excited because I feel really good today. So today I did the same routine that I did yesterday with my prayer rug, and I feel like I was really able to get deep into my prayers and praying for others, and I feel really good today. And so I don't know, I'm just high on life. I feel like that's what happens when you start like doing these things, these spiritual cleansing things. I'm just learning that I just feel good throughout the day. Like I feel so good throughout the day. So the reason why we're starting in the kitchen today is because another part of spiritually cleansing myself is the food that I put into my body. I cannot focus when there's a bunch of processed foods, fast foods. My face starts breaking out. I get depressed. I get anxiety. Some of that stuff might come from the hormones that you're ingesting, maybe through your meat or different things like that. So I'm starting in the kitchen. I have to do a little detox. I've got my little water here. As you know, the water is another very good purifying element to this whole process. Okay, so today I am making a green smoothie. I don't know what type of smoothie. I don't have a name for this smoothie, but all I know is it's green, and green smoothies are really good for you. Now let's get into making this smoothie. I'm pretty sure there's something you can do with these avocado skins. Like, you know that one girl that never wastes food? She turns all the peelings of things into useful items. I'm sure there's something we could do with these avocado peels, but I don't know what that is. And today they're going in the trash. I really love avocados as one of the superfoods. Like, I could put that on anything. You can put it on bagels with cream cheese, eggs. There's just so many things you can do with avocados. So I could have definitely gone for a bagel with cream cheese today. Could have definitely done it. We've got our smoothie here, and it looks so good. It's so green. It's all that spinach in there. If I can get this off. Okay, let me see that. I finally got it off. It looks so good, and I love this blender too. I don't know, it's a Ninja, but it like really gets everything in there. Like, look at that. Does it focus on it? It being green, it kind of looks nasty pouring out like this, but it's good. It's really good. Trust me, we've got some honey in here, some almond milk, some fruit, and some avocado. It's yummy. That's it. So now here we go. We got my smoothie. So this makes me feel like I'm getting something nutritional in, and we're not done with the kitchen, guys. But don't be fooled, I'm not always in the kitchen. I'm actually not. My husband is the main chef around here, but I'm coming back in here to make a soup, either an Italian minestrone soup or another type of soup that's just similar to it, because I want to make sure I'm getting those vegetables in, because those are the kind of things that clear my body out. Already, I feel so good with what I did yesterday and then my morning routine doing it today. So I'm feeling really great. I feel like drinking a lot of water and ensuring that I'm getting like a healthy diet in is just another step to making me feel whole again. That tastes like peanut butter. I could have made it a little bit more sweeter, like more honey or more fruit, but yeah. So last week I made this really yummy Italian soup, and it got me through the day so many times because sometimes I don't think about food, if that makes any sense. If you're an ADHD person or something similar, sometimes your brain goes too fast, and and sometimes food feels like not a thing that's on your mind all the time. And I understand not everyone feels that way, but that's what happens to me sometimes. So it was very helpful. So to this week, I was like, I'm gonna change it up. I'm gonna add some lentils. So now this is an Italian lentil soup. So something that has helped for me, I don't like diets. I've done diets, like I've done the carnivore diet, I've done the ketogenic diet, and I've tried all the things, and I don't flow that way. I believe that eating is a very natural part of life, obviously, but like I don't feel like it should be dictated that much. So if it shouldn't be dictated, then I was like, okay, then what should I eat? Because American diet sucks. And believe it or not, a vegan diet is also not like the number one choice for eating. And so I remember my dad did some blood tests, and he got some feedback on what the best diet was for our gene type. And it was the Mediterranean diet. Believe it or not, the Mediterranean diet is the healthiest diet. But the cool thing about the Mediterranean diet, it's not like super crazy. It is basically just natural foods, eating natural foods, eating lean meats. And if you eat meat, like you don't eat a lot of it, you just like eat meat every once in a while, maybe a glass of red wine. It is the healthiest diet, and I found the most satisfaction from the Mediterranean diet because it doesn't feel like a diet. And me and my husband, I know like a lot of people meal prep for the rest of the week, which would probably be very helpful for me. I only meal prep for a certain amount of days in advance, and this is why I like it. So for me, the reason why this has worked is one, my brain, I am the one who creates all the groceries. I might not cook it, but I figure out what's going to be made and when. So one, my brain it's very overwhelmed by thinking about the entire week. I struggle with that. Two, we really go based off our taste buds a lot sometimes. And so I've noticed it's helped me keep minimal in my fridge. I do not have that stacked like food everywhere type of fridge. I do not. I have a lot of fresh vegetables and things that will go bad. I don't have a lot of snacks in the house and things like that. We get our snacks on our Fridays, which is our fun days. So we get our snacks that day, and then we only get an amount that is good for us that day. We don't get huge packs of things. So it's helped me waste less food, and it's helped me spend better because, again, sometimes, how many times have you gotten food in the fridge but you decide to go out to eat? You know, food waste. So I don't care what people say. Like, maybe I should get better at meal prepping, but I only meal prep for about maybe 2 or 3 days. And that's just how it works for me.
I gotta find peace of mind. I know now I have to face. I gotta find peace of mind.
I've got my water. So a lot of the times when I'm feeling stuck and I feel like I'm not myself, I look at my water intake immediately. Because if my brain is not functioning the way it should be, there's a high chance I'm dehydrated. And so in the morning, like when I was waking up and I shower, that's like one part of renewing myself with water purity. But another way is like making sure I get my water intake. So I filled up my jug, and this has helped me a lot, like just having a big jug. And I think in order to get a gallon, which I don't tend to do because I just don't, is I'd fill it up twice, but I'm way closer to a gallon. I only have to fill it up twice. So I'm way closer to a gallon with this one. I feel like when you think of not every mental illness or mental state like anxiety, depression, I feel like a lot of it can be solved through these renewals, and before you can diagnose yourself in whatever state you're in, whether it's anxiety or depression or whatever it is, I feel like what helps me is one, figuring out if I am dehydrated, do I have my water taken? Do I have my water take in? The second thing is exercise. Haven't been working out. If I haven't, then there's another that might be another reason why I'm feeling off and out of my body, because we need exercise. We need it, whether it's walking, whether it's running. We really do need it. So some of these things that we need to be the best and most optimal versions of ourselves, if we're not doing it, why would our body or our brain be performing at its utmost best version of itself? So let's start with some water. So if you feel like you might be dehydrated right now, or feel like you need some guidance and your brain is all over the place, especially with, for me and my so-called ADHD, even though I've never been, I don't take anything for that, but I have things similar to the label of ADHD or whatever you want to call it. And so water is crucial. Water and lack of sugar, not having a lot of sugar, not eating a lot of sugar, are two things that make my brain feel good. So I feel in order for us to feel great and to feel like we're getting that divine source of energy from the creator, I feel like we have to be pure within ourselves. And what better way to purify yourself than getting some water? What I've learned just from trying to get back on a deeper spiritual connection is that it comes from when you try your best to stick to this pathway. So when I say this, I mean, what if the entire journey is not like, oh, we're supposed to be perfect in this very spiritual, great pathway, the straight way path, as I would say, the straight way path. But what if the real journey is like how quickly you learn and stay on the path? It goes from this and back again, and this and back again. But as you grow deeper in your journey, it's easier, it's quicker. And so I feel like I've taken this time to just remind myself again to be dedicated and committed to improvement and not beating myself up too much when I eat the chicken. So yeah, I don't know, that was a cool takeaway. It was definitely challenging. There's definitely challenges in in the last 3 days, because I've tried so hard to stay in this very meditative state and like, oh, I'm so spiritual, but no, some people get on my freaking nerves, and it's not always like that. But do you reset after the anger? Are you able to quickly go back and be like, okay, I shouldn't have done that, or pray after that, or meditate after that, and get back on track? Or when you've noticed that there's a trend of these complaints or negative thoughts, and being aware enough to say, hey, I think I should step away and think about something I'm very grateful for. Just want to do some quick add-ins that I think were very helpful is being in nature, taking nature walks, a very natural way of grounding yourself. I find that it's one of the best. No music, just listening to the birds, walking in nature. 2, scent, frankincense, natural oils. Frankincense and myrrh is my favorite one. Cedar at nighttime for protection. Those are the things, the scents that remind me to stay connected. That's how it's been so far. Thank you for watching this video.